Hey everyone, welcome back to Zero's Gumball Reviews, and this episode is going to be a very special episode. Today I'm doing all my SD Gundams in one video. You're probably asking yourself, Zero, why are you doing every SD Gundam you have currently? Well, the thing is, I don't feel like repeating myself a million times for a bunch of SD Gundams and one Sazubi. So I decided to just do one major video because they all have similar flaws. And I'll get to that when we break it down in the video. Later on in this video, so I'll catch you all later. Alright, we're going to start off this massive collection with the Warhorse, the Sasuke Delta Gundam, and the Nobinaga Gundam. Yeah, I think I got that one right. Alright, so these are all the SDW World Heroes franchise ones. I have one other, the Son Goku one, which will show up later in this video. So, let's get up the one thing I'm not going to repeat myself 5 billion times saying it. SD Gundams have a problem with color correction and needing stickers. They're all guilty of this. I don't care what SD you get, they all have this problem. The large amount of color correcting stickers. Let's get that over with now. Not all of them are ever going to be color accurate. I recommend if you're good at detail work, paint them. Paint them all up. Occasionally, get some panel lining in if you want to make them pop a little bit better. But other than that, they're going to need stickers. Now, that being said, let's go into each individual one. The simplest of all, the Warhorse. It is what it said on the tin. It's a horse. It's a horse for several SD Gundams to ride, which I kinda love since, as you saw in the beginning of this video, Nobinaga was riding it. Because, I don't know why, but an ancient warlord named a Gundam, named after a famous warlord riding a evil-looking horse. Always a positive for me. And like a YouTuber I watch here, Mega Gaikotsu did, you can have your little core Gundam riding the Warhorse. Which I kinda love. Now I'm kinda wondering what my core Gundam will look on it. Probably the same as his, but that's besides the point. The Warhorse has a very good articulation for what it is, which is surprising because most HDs also have bad articulation. They can't really get in poses, they don't have the joints for it. You can get the expansion kits, which are just bigger frames. So they're a little bit bigger, closer to like the Vokilanders. So they're a little bit bigger and better than the average articulation for SDs. They're not going to be great because it's still an SD, let's be honest. But as to the Warhorse, if you can get them, great. It can be a great little side piece for some of your Gundams. I got this at a local shop for like 10 bucks. I like him. You know, he sits on my shelf with the other SDs. So we'll put him to the side. You can watch as I review his brethren. Oh, it also comes with this little piece to allow Nobinaga and certain other ones, like Lubu and I think Chow Chow, but I'm not sure, whatever translation, I'm sorry if I butchered the name, can sit on it. So the back piece of the butt flap can attach to this instead of, you know, being plopped down on the floor. You can attach to the hip, which I'll show you once I throw Nobinaga back on it on camera, because he looks cooler that way. But up next is Sasuke. Sasuke Delta Gundam. Obviously based off the Delta Gundam and the famous ninja known as Sasuke. Again, color correcting stickers. Again, last time I'm repeating myself. This one is one, a ninja, which automatically makes it cool. 2, black and red, favorite colors. And it's a fox. Fox, demon ninja. Always a W. Okay. Oh, now you just understand that because... Yeah, there he goes. He can't really stand up on his own, and he has a hard time standing. So be careful with that if you get him. He can't transform into fox form. I may do that in a separate video to show something different in my mobile suits transforming, but I'm not going to do it here. But I will show you that he has another set of hands, which I can throw on right now. Pop that off. It's like changing the hands in a regular HG or master grade. You just pop the hands in and out. Very simple. So the basic holding hand, so he can hold the katana in each hand, or whatever the sword is. Again, I'm not going to try to butcher the name. So if you like ninjas, foxes, or the Delta Gundam, or all three, he's a nice little dude to have on like a shelf or something. Would I recommend buying him? Again, if you like those things, yeah, absolutely. Again, articulation, garbage. The SDs, you're not going to get much posability out of them. If you can get them to a side type of position, great. But let's be honest, most people buy SDs like I do, just because they look cute, or kind of like tiny little, awesome little figures. Again, I censor myself because, don't want to get issues with censorship issues. Don't feel like swearing and getting demonetized. Now, up next is his boss, the Nobinaga Gundam, or Nobinaga Epion Gundam. This is based off the Epion Gundam and Nobinaga Oda. So, automatically, when you're known as the seventh demon king of heaven, you know I'm buying it. That's just fact. I wish, again, his sword was color accurate, but it's an SD. You're not getting that. It comes in his base form, or what you see here, the mask form, which is very simple. You just, detach. If you want a regular form, you can just detach the sword, the armament off the sword, pop off the head crest. I apologize if this takes a little too long, because putting on the mask itself was a pain, and taking it off will just probably be the same, but in reverse. No, wait, it seems to be working on me in this episode. So, pop this bad boy off. Slide this out. Set up the tiny drunk Gundam. Pop the crest back on, and bam. Regular Nobinaga. So yeah, like the others, poor articulation, lack of color correctingness, lack of color accuracy. It's a pain. All he has is his sword, which is very cool. Though it's weird that he doesn't come with a gun when Nobinaga historically was known for using firearms. But, I mean, you can't be perfectly accurate all the time, so what can I tell you? Other than that, that's the end of these two. And yeah, I did promise I'll show you it going on the warhorse. You pop open the back. Downside, the warhorse's frames are not what we call the strongest. They will pop off, which is a pain. I'm fairly certain they'll pop off while doing this. Again, pain. Then you have to move the cape out of the way. You can see here, it has to be like this. Then yeah, take the back skirting off. Try to make sure nothing else. And yeah, this occasionally would happen. It just pops off. To me, that makes it slightly easier. Then you can just pop this bad boy back on. And then there's a peg in the back, which you just attach him through. And then you take the back skirting and the peg I showed you from before. You slide it in. You attach it to the warhorse's leg. And bam. Nobinaga's off to, conquer lands. And the mask, well, it's the reverse of what I showed you. So on to the next set of Gundams. Or mini Gundams in this case. Okay, next up is the Gundam Barbatos Lupus Rex. Sorry about that. And the Freedom Gundam and the Death Scythe Hell Custom EW. There is a difference. Any Gundam fan will know the difference. Okay. I'm going to go with the Barbatos because aside from the Sazubi and the Nobinaga crew, this is my favorite. Downside, his right arm is loose, So, gluing him up and make sure he's, good and ready to go. It comes with his mace, which is great, but he's not... Let's be honest, he won't be able to hold this up. That's why I just attached it to the backpack, to the side skirting. It's stable, the only way it's stable. Comes with the tail blade, which is awesome. But, like all wires, as you can see, it's literally drooping in real time. So that's not a positive thing, but it is what it is. All wires involving Gunpla always like that, so what can you do? Aside from that, you can also change the eye color. Yeah, and they fall over quite easily. What can you do? You can change the eye color on this guy by popping off its head and rotating the eye color. I'm not doing that. I like his eyes as is. They look kind of crazy and demonic. Like, he's tweaking and he's lost it. Another thing. Loose joints. So, yeah. Tighten up the joints. Or you're going to have a problem with this guy. Next up on the chopping block, proverbially, is my favorite Gundam of all time, miniaturized, the Death Scythe Hell E. So, the Death Scythe Hell, much like his brethren in the SD world, unfortunately his wings can't bend, so articulation is pretty lame, and the color correctness, the both sides are supposed to be red, but that doesn't work. And that, I love this little dude because I love the Gundam it's based off of, so if you love the Death Scythe Hell, get the SD Death Scythe Hell EW. But this is, as you can see, it's older of the line since it doesn't come with the changing eye color or the enemy googly eyes, much like the Volkylander and the SDW crew have. This is just a legit miniature version of a mobile suit. Not to be confused with the next one coming up. The Freedom Gundam. Which, as you can see, has the googly anime eyes. So, I guess it depends on which version of SD Gundams you get. Because some have it, some don't. Nothing you can do about that. As you can see, it's fully kitted out like all SD Gundams come with all the weapons they come with in the show. All the HG, Master Grade, Perfect Grade counterparts have. This one doesn't have, it has the same, well, the arms are slightly loose, but that could just be from age. Aside from that, nice little Gundam. And of course, has like I said, has every single weapon, including the guns and the wings. So that's always awesome. Overall, like the little dude. So, if you like the Freedom Gundam, and you like SDs, he's a nice little guy to have on a shelf. Now, on to the next. Okay, we're going to speed around this because the video is probably going to be edging on a long time, and I don't think you guys want to sit here and hear me talk about my SDs for that long. So we're just going to blow through them. This is the Quinta, or the Quint. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, so I apologize. He has a very loose waist, so be careful with that. And before the video started, his arm popped off, so, which was funny because his head was angled, like looking at his arm, shocked. Much like the Death Scythe, regular eyes, no weird anime googly eyes. I think the only ones who have left who has those eyes are the Volkylander, which he's designed to have those eyes, and the Sun Wukong. But like I said, loose waist. Other than that, pretty solid little kit. So if you like the 00 series and these little guys, get them. Again, color correcting stickers, same issues that they all have. Next up, the Mini Sazubi. He's more sturdier than the others, which I'm abjectly surprised with. He can actually, his feet actually move on their own, which the other ones are mostly solid built. But, his feet actually have articulation, which is amazing, especially for an SD. So, if you like tiny mono-eyed little red colored death machines, or you like the movie he came from, I say get him. I got him because I had a gift card. And I don't have enough mono-eyed mobile suits in my collection. Aside from that, not much to say about him. And surprise reveal, Song Wukong. Specifically, the Song Wukong Impulse Gundam. The feet armor is kind of loose because it's supposed to be, transformable into his, ape form. Which I have all the other pieces in the spare part drawer. Because I like him like this. It's very simplistic. Very cool. Yes, very Dragon Ball Z-esque with the power pole, because I'm not going to try to butcher the actual name for it. And the tail, which is always awesome. Aside from that, I'm not a huge fan of the Impulse Gundam in general, but this one works. This is one of the few SD Gundams that I really wish they made an HG version of. Except, aside from Nobinaga now, because he sits right there next to him. And the Sasuke Delta Gundam. Next up, the Burning Gundam. As you can see, the hands are completely wrong. Because, the Burning Finger one, or the God Finger one, needs to be that color. But the other hand that's holding the sword should not be the same color. This is one of my oldest SDs I have. Because the color correcting on this is even worse than all the others. And that's saying something. Aside from that, it's pretty accurate to its larger counterpart, which I have. I have the HG version of the Burning Gundam. He's one of my favorites, so I had to get him because I always try to get my favorite Gundams as SDs. Hence the Quint, the Freedom, the Death Scythe, and the Barbatos Lupus Rex. I have all of them, so I was like, I have to get the Burning Gundam. Because I was a Toonami kid. I grew up watching G Gundam and Gundam Wing growing up. And now the Volkylander. First up, the gun arm. Yeah, it can't hold its own gun. It's not strong enough for that. Which is a downside, but hey, what can you do? Also, the problem with SDs, a lot of hollow parts. You can literally see the plastic behind it. The illusion is broken. Though I do like the EX more than the basic Volkylander, mostly because I like the color scheme on it. The original one was nice. I don't own that. I might just own it for the sake of, having both versions of him. But aside from that, I like this guy. He has a nice transformation into his dragon form, which I'm not going to do here because, honestly, I lost the instructions. I'm not going to try to force it and guess halfway through it. So, overall, I have to say, SD's not my cup of tea. They're honestly never going to be. But if you like adorable little mobile suits, who doesn't like tiny little killer war machines? And you have a lot of time to fix the color correcting issues and have steady hands to apply all the stickers. This is a nice way to get your kids into it. Or if you like something cute and adorable, they themselves are cute and adorable. Even the demonic-eyed Barbatos who's currently glaring at the screen. So, I recommend getting them if you enjoy that kind of stuff. This is Zero signing off, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for more notifications when I put out more videos. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.